Because Pan Am is a customer-driven airline, customer satisfaction must be our #1 priority. Departing on schedule is among the most important services we can provide for our customers. Pan Am's on-time performance requires the gate agent's thorough planning and application of DCS standard guidelines for the flight closeout procedure. This process is detailed in Bulletin Number 852 of the Customer Service Manual. As gate agents, you are responsible for flight closeout activities and must remain alert to the progress of the flight. By monitoring check-in activity, any possible delays may be identified early. The station departure bill outlines the schedule for the closeout process. It will vary from station to station, adjusting to local standards. In this case, for example, at approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes prior to departure, the primary gate agent must prepare for gate duties with a thorough review of the flight to determine customer load, acceptance levels, and meal tally. To begin the review, you must sign in and then assign to the flight. Compare booked versus checked-in levels for a general survey of customer load. After noting acceptance levels, block seats for transit and advance boarding passes, and then check Level 7 and FI9 to determine if subloads may be accommodated. You must also anticipate increases in customer load due to OAL delays or cancellations, and if necessary, determine the number of additional meals required. Once preparation is complete, before going to the gate, you must pick up gate supplies and documentation materials as needed, a copy of the gate sheet for flight data and closeout sequence if applicable. At -1 hour following the station departure bill, gate agents prepare the designated gate for continued check-in and boarding. At the gate, sign in PD-UA top screen, PD-UC bottom screen, and assign to your flight. It is important to note that only gate agents will sign in PD. In any area other than the gate, agents sign in and check in using the GS sign. You must test that the boarding pass printer and document printer are operating properly. Check flight levels for any changes. Retain hard block seats until -30 minutes international, -10 minutes domestic, except those seats held for customers holding advance boarding passes. These are held until -10 minutes. You are now ready to begin gate check-in.
Hi, Rick. What have we got?
Oh, hi, Lynn. Looks like an easy flight today. Here's a list of advanced boarding pass customers who have not been verified. Would you announce check-in and page these passengers for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Pan Am Clipper Flight 000 is now open for seat selection at Gate F10. Those of you who have not received a boarding card may do so at this time. Thank you. Will the following passengers please come to the podium at F10? Mrs. Stevens, Mr. Meyer, Miss Summers. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Stevens. I was paged. I already have boarding cards.
Hi, Mrs. Stevens. We just wanted to verify that you were here.
I'd like to be seated next to Miss Summers.
You are seated next to Miss Summers in seats 9H and J. Have you checked any baggage, Mrs. Stevens?
Yes, 3 pieces. 2 for Miss Summers, 1 for myself.
Thank you.
All right, everything all set?
All set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
As check-in continues at the gate, you may accept customers V-edited for up or downgrades. But remember, this must be monitored accurately in order to mass unload standbys and finalize the flight later on. At the time designated by the station departure bill, boarding may begin.
Okay, Lynn, we're ready for boarding. Would you call the Clipper Club, tell them we're boarding, and make a pre-boarding announcement?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hi, Clipper Club. 000 is boarding. You're welcome. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Pan Am Clipper Flight 000 will be ready for boarding in just a few moments. At that time and for your convenience, we will board by a specific row number. Please remain seated until your row number is called. We'd like to advise everyone that your flight today offers designated smoking and non-smoking areas. Additionally, safety regulations require that all hand carry-on articles fit beneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartment of the aircraft. All other items must be checked in at this time. Passengers who have not received a boarding card may do so by coming to the podium at F10. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for flying with Pan Am today, and we wish you all a pleasant trip. At this time, Flight 000 would like to pre-board passengers traveling with small children under the age of 5 and passengers in need of special assistance through gate F10. All other passengers, please remain seated until your row number is called. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Pan Am Clipper Flight 000 is now ready to accept those passengers with seat assignments in rows 45 through 57. First class and Clipper class passengers may board at their leisure. Please have your boarding cards ready to show the flight attendant on board and the agent at the gate. Thank you.
I missed my other flight. Do you think it's possible for me to get on this one?
Oh, sure, don't worry.
Oh, gosh, thanks. It's such a nervous situation.
We'll calm you down right now. Would you prefer smoking or no smoking?
Smoking, please.
And how many bags did you check?
I didn't check any.
Okay, Mrs. Smith, I've got you a Clipper class seat, 10A. You may board at your convenience and have a nice flight.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Positive boarding control has been designed for the following reasons: to gain tighter security through a system of cross-reference and control, to maintain a positive count in the boarding process, and to identify no-show customers with advanced boarding passes and produce an accurate data slim, to maximize revenue through identification of available space, to gain better control in the acceptance of standbys, and to reduce unwarranted denied boardings. Positive boarding control, PBC, automatically assumes that any customer processed at the designated CRT will be counted as being on board. Every PBC processed customer will be identified in the system by a double indicator. The second asterisk identifies customers already entered as boarded. A lozenge asterisk indicates a customer that has checked in at another station. As boarding proceeds, all boarding passes are cross-referenced to the list of passengers checked in. This allows positive recognition of who has actually boarded and their assigned seat number. Positive boarding control finalization must be complete before finalizing the flight. The entry for PBC finalization is FD Final. This is directed to a printer, resulting in a printed list of checked-in customers, not processed by PBC and subsequently offloaded by the system. At the time designated by the station departure bill, in this case minus 30 minutes, the pre-reserved seats may be released. It is at this time that you may choose to complete the processing of standbys depending upon the circumstances. At the designated time following the station departure bill, the flight should be gated. All subsequent DCS entries are at the gate only. Gating the flight can only be done after it has been determined that the balance of check-ins will not overwhelm the capacity of the gate. This initiates the final countdown to departure.
Okay, Lynn, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to gate the flight.
Nothing else. Go ahead,
Okay,
Rick.
then.
To begin closeout, retrieve the list of customers to be actioned. Release pre-assigned seats by class as required unless instructed otherwise by your supervisor. Selectively up or downgrade as requested. This must be monitored very carefully in order to do an accurate mass onload. Be sure to release seats blocked for through-checked customers expected to misconnect. Do a mass onload or selectively onload standbys depending on the situation. Print boarding passes and board accepted standbys to the aircraft.
May I have your attention, please? Pan Am 000, passenger Jones. Mr. Jones, would you please approach the desk at F10?
Hi, Mr. Jones.
Hi, can I have your ticket, please? There you go.
Thank you.
Have a nice flight.
Once PBC has been finalized, and it has been determined that all checked-in customers have been seated following station departure bill guidelines, it is time to finalize the flight. On occasion, before finalizing, the flight may be regated after closeout for last-minute customer check-ins. At the point of finalization, after FD final, the SIL and CT should be printed, including customer totals, and delivered to the aircraft. Print 2 copies of the SIL and the CT, indicate whether the CT is final or not. Deliver the SIL and the CTs to the aircraft. Receive verification that all carry-on articles have been secured. Close the door. Once FF has been entered, the flight will not be reopened unless it is cleared with operations because of the potential for causing an improper weight and balance situation. When the flight has left the gate, your job is almost over. Post-flight cleanup is the last important step. Transmit all post-flight messages after departure as outlined on the gate sheet, if applicable to your station. Print a copy of the full passenger list and the security risk passenger list and file them with the station departure file. Process reservations handback, no-show cancellation. The post-flight generator, PFG, cancels no-show passengers continuing or return reservations. The action is not automatic. You need to specify whether you want the action or not. The basic principle used, if there is any doubt, do not cancel. The PFG action entry is a simple option of yes or no. If your flight has been delayed more than an hour, and the customers who are reaccommodated on other flights may have their onward space affected, enter no. If your flight was not completely checked in DCS and you're unable to clean up records, enter no. When your flight was completely checked in DCS and all records are clean, enter yes. All customers seated or checked in and not accommodated will not be processed as no-shows. Confirmation of handback, whether yes or no, should be directed to a printer for placing the hard copy in the handback file. This completes the closeout. Your last action is to sign out. As you can see, an effective, timely flight closeout takes the concerted effort of many people as the flight makes its way from station to station. Let's review the steps involved in processing closeout. Review the flight carefully, taking time to make an accurate assessment of the customer load. At the gate, initiate positive boarding control to keep an accurate count of customers and available seats. Close the flight with enough time to accommodate standbys without causing delays. Deliver an accurate SIL on time and finalize the flight. Administrate post-flight cleanup accurately and process handback correctly. Accurate flight closeout is an important step in efficient customer service. Thanks for watching.